The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know, you look at, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what these senators did. There's some senators, they had a behind closed doors meeting about the coronavirus in China and what it could mean to the United States and, you know, the various impacts. And they went out and sold their stock.
Immediately.
Dude. And then, but at the same time, they were talking about how under control the government had it and how we're prepared and how it's going to be fine. And meanwhile, they knew. They knew. So they had two faces. They had a public face that they were given to us to try to keep us calm. And then they had a private face which realized that the stock market was going to take a huge loss. And so they sold everything and made immense profits based on the information that they found out from these closed-door meetings about the coronavirus.
How are they supposed to?
How is that legal?
How are they supposed to handle, though, out of, like, legally, what are they supposed to do? Because that makes confusing.
I don't know what constitutes insider trading. How does that work? Do you understand how that works? Like, if you have information that can allow you to make money, well, isn't that like what everyone's trying to do? Like, what is the point of playing the stock market if you don't know things? And if you do know things, if you know more because you know the guy who's the president and he tells you something about something they're going to do and you're not supposed to trade then because of that information, like, all right, okay, I'm sure there's a logic to it. I'm a moron. Don't run it by me. But if that's insider trading, well, what is it what the senators do? If they knew that the coronavirus was going to wreck our economy, if they knew that it was coming down like a fucking storm of hail that no one could stop, if they knew, and then they bailed out and made immense profits, that seems so shady. That seems so shady that they didn't advise people. Like, you're supposed to be a leader, right? If you're in a position, an elected representative, you're supposed to be acting in the position of a leader. And if your way to lead is tell people one thing but act in a completely different direction, tell people everything's going to be fine, but then start selling your stock at a profit, and you don't tell other people to do it because you're worried that maybe that information is going to cause some ripple effect and it's going to destroy the economy even before the coronavirus hits, just out of panic and fear, and people are going to act wrong. But you acted in a different way than the way you were talking. You acted like this shit was going to be real. You acted like this is going to be a real problem. And then the question is, like, how much of a problem did they think it was going to be? Maybe they dumped their stock. They thought it was going to be a little problem. Would that be okay? Well, but if they found out it was going to be a huge problem, then it's not. Well, that seems weird to me, too. Like, I don't know what should the rules be with information in the stock market. The stock market is gross. Like, it's the whole thing's gross. Like, what are we basing our economy on? This fucking madness?
So I saw an article where the photographer who took that photo was like, he was like, oh, it's so sad that people are using his image that way because, you know, he passed away and you know, he thought it was kind of offensive that he was being used to prank or whatever. And he said, you know, I saw that people started selling merch with this guy's face on it. And he goes, I just wish, he goes, I own the photograph and I'm not trying to come after anyone. I just wish they would share proceeds of that merch with the family. So I saw that and I was like, oh, I want to do that. So I launched a shirt with that guy's face on it that says, wash your hands. And then and then I go, I want to give the proceeds to this man's family. So because of that article, I reached out to people and I was able to get in touch with the photographer, the guy who took that picture. And then I got in touch with the model's fiance, who, you know, his whatever,
right.
He passed away. So anyways, I contacted her. I found her. I've learned a little bit about this guy in that photo, and I'm giving them the proceeds from the shirt sales, all of them, all the profits will go to them. And I also found that when he died, like, the family wasn't prepared, like, financially for anything, so they had to set up a GoFundMe for his funeral and tombstone and all that. So I'm going to blast it out. And I talked to them,
beautiful.
And they're happy with it. So that's my awesome. Breaking news.
That's the breaking news.
That's important news.
Jamie told me his dick's not really as big.
I didn't get into that with her.
Jamie said that it's photoshopped.
I've heard that as well.
I saw the original blog post it came from.
You did?
Let's see what the original hog looks like.
I have to find it now.
Oh, please don't tell me that's going to take a while. Could you pull that up?
Someone on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter.
Let's see the original hog, please.
I didn't Google it, so like I have to find the link. Like
just
Google
original big penis guy's hog.
I'm sure that'll come.
Yeah, that's not how you find that, Joe.
There's going to be a lot of photos that come up. Show me the original black dick.
Adam and Eve.
Yeah. But she, it was funny. She was like, you know what was crazy is when I reached out, it took me like, I was doing like detective work,
right.
you know, to find her. And she was like, I found out about this meme today. She was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
How did she find out? Oh, people probably not sending it to her.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, have you checked out your neighborhood? Yeah.
Remember your dead husband? LOL.
Yeah. So now, yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Oh, well.
That's
well, first of all, she's engaged to a porn star. That's got to be
No, but
weird.
she wasn't.
She wasn't.
No, she explained to me. She goes, you know, she goes, he did those photos when it was a really bad time in his life. He needed money to save the house that he grew up in that was his now.
Oh, so he just started slinging that big dick?
Yeah, started slinging that dick around. And
how much money can you make slinging dick as a dude, though?
I think it's
like $50.
No, I think you can get more than that.
I don't think they make much money. But we've never been in a situation where everybody's scared of one disease. It's so strange, man. It's so strange. And I don't think I could be able to get past that and just do a show right now. I'm 90% sure they're going to cancel it. I mean, the stuff that they're coming up with for treatment, one of them is a malarial disease, an old malaria disease. There's some other different treatments that hold hope. But there's so many people, man, that could get infected if you've got a show of 12,000, 13,000 people, whatever it is. How the fuck are you going to make sure those people are okay? Is it your responsibility? Do you say come at your own risk? You know, I mean, what if you get it when you're there? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, I mean, the whole thing's crazy. I think it's going to be a long time before we feel comfortable doing shows again. It's going to be strange at first, you know. But I also think when the dust settles, it will settle, hopefully, unless this is the first thing that falls, and then all those other things fall into place that we talked about, like natural disasters. We're going to appreciate peace. We're going to appreciate freedom. You're going to appreciate being able to roam around, do whatever you want, go out at 3 o'clock at night. You're going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate being able to go to a diner and have breakfast with your friend at 2 o'clock in the morning and laugh. You're going to appreciate it. Cars on the street, everybody acting normal. It's going to mean more to you now. It's like the sun after a rainy day. It means more, feels better, has more of an impact. And I think we've gone through a long stretch in this country where everything was static, everything was doing fairly well. We were on an upward trend, no real tragedy nationally that changed the way we live our life other than September 11th. So we got like September 11th and then all these years of war, of course, crime, of course, all these things, but we're basically business as usual for most folks. Not anymore. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call that you have a finite amount of time in this life. And this life, the way you're experiencing it right now, this is just how it is right now. There's a million different factors that are in play constantly. And you've been real lucky that you've had this stretch of peace and harmony. But that shit could change at any moment. It really could. And we got to use this time to be nicer to each other. We got to use this time to realize that we got a little confused. We got crazy. You know, everybody's just trying to acquire things, and everybody's trying to, you know, move their way up the corporate ladder. Like, hey, there's a fucking end to this ride, okay? This ride comes to a stop someday. And it doesn't matter how much shit you've acquired. It doesn't matter, you know, how far you got up this ladder, you know, what position of prominence you have in the community, and how you're respected by the business world. Nobody gives a fuck when you're dead. It's not, you're gonna die. We're together right now experiencing this thing in this like really distracted way. The thing comes into focus when you're forced into a situation like we are now, where you literally are nervous about your survival. Then the thing comes into focus. And he only brought in tools to make tools. And the big tools like that, he made all of himself.
That's amazing. And what did he live on? Just deer meat? I mean,
yeah, elk meat, deer meat, berries. He got some oatmeal and stuff. You know, some dry goods that he would get in large barrels.
So he'd come in and touch base periodically.
They would come to him. People would fly out to him with goods.
God.
But, I mean, he built all this shit by himself. He built his whole cabin by himself, and he documented every step of the way.
Amazing.
His name is P-R-O-E-N-N-E-K-E. Dick Proenneke. Alone in the Wilderness is the whole series on YouTube. And he's on the side of a lake with this cabin that he built, living off of animals that he hunted and firewood and, you know, whatever food that he gathered.
I'm obsessed with this now.
Yeah,
because I got this Corona thing caught me with my pants down.
Yeah.
Here's what I want. I want a substantial cabin made of thick logs or stone, and then I want it near a lake or a water source, maybe preferably a well.
Yeah,
that I can irrigate my own crops.
You gonna have crops?
I'm gonna
Or
have
a
chicken.
garden?
I need chickens.
You really only need a garden. You don't need crops. It's
Okay.
just you.
I need a garden.
Is it just you?
Yes. Well, it might be me and my several of
Lady
my
friends?
My lady friends, because I'm going to start my own colony, so I have to breed. You understand?
Okay.
And I need a lot of hair and beard dye because I want to stay looking young.
What if they come up with something that reverses you in age?
Now you're talking my language.
How old would you
David
like to go
Sinclair
back to?
will actually have a cabin on the side.
He'd be right next to you doing
Yeah.
experiments.
I'm going to have his fucking lab, and I'm going to be his guinea pig.
Yeah, you'd be the guy.
Yeah. David, come on out. And I'll
He'd
just
go
entice
just to
him.
hang
I'll
out.
entice him with all the girls.
Well, he's not into that. He's a married man. Leave him alone.
All right.
But he'd like to come out just to hang out and pal around for a few days. He's a fun guy.
He seems like a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant. And
Yes.
he's brilliant in the field. That's very important.
What do you mean?
You're getting old.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You want to be Dick Proenneke, where you had to escape your wilderness
Again,
paradise because you're too old?
There are a couple things. One more thing I want to do is I want to split wood with my shirt off while I have women watch me through the window of my log cabin as they're baking me a pie. Now, I know this is a chauvinistic fantasy.
It sounds like it.
Don't worry.
You sound like a real piece of shit
Then
right
the
now.
other thing I want to do before I die is I want to have a horse I'm so attached to that I can go and then it just shows up.
Oh.
So
Sort of like Brad Pitt's pit bull in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
correct. I'd kill for one of those.
That pit bull was perfect.
That was fucking great. That thing
Yeah.
just fucking
It knew what to do, when to do it.
yeah.